Hi, my name is Julianne, and today I'm going to be doing my June wrap-up. I will be discussing all the books and short films that I watched this month, and let's just jump right into the books. This book I started in May, but I finished it in June, so I'm going to include it on the list, and that is Enemy Exposure by Megan Rogers. This is the sequel to Crossing the Line. At the moment it's a duology, but there is another book coming out at some point. I don't know when. Hopefully it's soon. I have already kind of discussed what this was about in my previous wrap-up, and I am planning on doing a review of the series, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about the premise. But it is a spy thriller, and if you're a fan of Alias, you will love this. Just freaking amazing. Like, I really love this series, and highly, highly recommend this. The next two books I read were Mostly Void and Partially Stars, and The Great Glowing Coils of the Universe. Both of these are by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor. It is the script books of the first two seasons of Welcome to Night Vale, which is a wonderful podcast that I have discussed in my podcast review videos. So it's basically line by line what happens in each episode, but there's also commentary behind this, some behind the scenes of like how they came up with some of the ideas and other stuff like that, and some of the actors wrote some stuff in. These were really fun to read. It was so nice to reread because so much stuff is happening lately, and a lot of stuff that happened back here that they mentioned, like the woman from Italy is coming back. I don't think Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor knew they were going to be foreshadowing this yet, but there's so many mentions of the unraveling of the universe. Seriously, if you haven't started listening to Welcome to Night Vale, you should. Those were all of the books that I read. Alright, short films. I will only be talking about the notable short films. I'll leave a link to all of the ones that I have watched this month, but I'm only going to be talking about 4 of them. So the first notable one I want to talk about is Time Trap. Time Trap, kind of like a futuristic time travel short film. I think it involves an alien. I don't even know who he is, but he's an alien or some sort of future human who, his ship, malfunctions, and he's trying to find materials to use with his spaceship, and he can travel back in time. With this time travel, it was like he could create bubbles of time. If you watch the short film, this will make more sense, I think, but just the visual of showing how this time travel was really cool. He was on Earth, but this, I believe, was like in the future, where it was like just decimated, but there would be little bubbles of time that he could create. Visually, it looked like bubbles, so that's why I'm referring to it as time bubbles, and you could enter one and go back in time, and then once you leave the time bubble, you're back where you started in that futuristic Earth. There is no talking in this, but it is so extremely funny. But it's kind of dark humor, especially right at the end. Right at the beginning, though, I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy it because the camera was shaking so badly because he was, his ship was malfunctioning, so it was kind of showing that through the shaky camera and stuff, and so I was getting dizzy watching it. I was like, I don't know if I can get through this. But at some point that stopped, and it was really funny. But after Time Trap, I did watch a Harry Potter fan film, because why not? It's called Mischief Managed. It was well done. They were able to create this wonderful story with, I'm assuming, basically no budget, and they had special effects. Even though it wasn't literally Hogwarts from the movie, it still looked like kind of like this Hogwarts type of castle. And this is a prequel to Harry Potter, so it involves Lily, James, Sirius, and all of the other people. It was interesting to see them as kids, and these people were good actors, which is surprising because you feel like fan-made thing won't be that good, but it is good and amazing, and I highly recommend it. I just want to mention, so that guy, Peter, the guy who betrayed the Potters, and also was a rat for many years, and yeah, him, well, my favorite. He was adorable and awesome, and I loved him. What the heck? It made me like Peter Pettigrew. I'm so shocked. I was watching this, I'm like, you were adorable, and then it hurt because I knew where his character arc was going. I knew where he was gonna end up, and it hurt because it was but you're so adorable right now. Seriously, this fan-made film made me like Peter. And it was so cool to watch, though. I really liked it. And it's just kind of like how Lily and James got together. But it hurt watching it, because right at the end, there's 2 characters. who are sitting right next to each other. It just hurt me because I'm like, you both are gonna die. Like, I know you're gonna die. Pretty much almost everyone in that video, in that film, died by the end of the Harry Potter series. So just seeing these two characters sitting next to each other, I was just so emotional in that moment because I was just like, you guys, you know, you're kids right now, but you're gonna grow up and then you're gonna die. And it just hurt. It hurt so badly to watch it, but it was also so good. So, highly recommend. Okay, so the next two short films I'm talking about are time travel short films. The one that I want to mention was Stealing Time. This is by Finite Films. I want to check out the rest of their videos because this one was so well done. If you like time travel, this might be the best time travel I have ever seen. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, time travel was awesome and fun, but Stealing Time was so creative, and I swear, maybe other people have done this, but I have never seen it done. How the time travel works is, okay, think about it. We're standing on Earth, right? So Earth is rotating. If you go back in time, you're gonna still be in the same place, but Earth, the way it's rotated, you're not gonna be in the same place on Earth. Like, space-wise, yeah, you're in the same space, but Earth, because it rotates, if you go back 5 minutes, you're gonna be in a different location, and that's what they did. So this guy, he started off in his basement, and he would time travel to someone's pool, or something, or to someone's backyard, or their house, or something like that. And it was really cool to see this because I never thought about it like that, but time travel, you travel through time, not space, and Earth rotates. So it's so creative, and I didn't even think about this, and I was watching it, and I'm like, this makes sense now. Why did I never think about this? And I actually like the time travel in this because it's similar to Lost, where it's like, whatever happened, happens, and I kind of like that because it makes for less confusion, at least in my opinion. And so this had a really great plot line, and I swear, one of the guys, he looked like Siler. If you watch Heroes, you'll know which character immediately. He's the one who has this ominous music playing. Like, as soon as he rolled up to the house, I was like, yeah, he's the villain, right? Because it's just the music that was playing. Like, I immediately did not trust him. Again, it's called Stealing Time by the YouTube channel Finite Films, and I am intrigued to watch more of their films because this one was phenomenal, honestly. Best time travel, I swear. After that was Frankie, which involved time travel and had a similar ending, is all I'm going to say, to the Stealing Time. So it was interesting to watch them back to back because I was like, oh, this is kind of similar. But they're also, I mean, ending-wise, but they're both unique on their own. So in Frankie, this involves this guy who's like really obsessed with time, and he finds this pocket watch where he can go through time and he can go forward and backwards depending on the way he moves the, he moves the screw or whatever to move the hand on the clock. The Stealing Time made more sense, like, if you're thinking about time travel, like, scientifically, I guess. But Frankie, sometimes it's cool to just have time travel where it's just a pocket watch or a TARDIS. So sometimes it's cool to see time travel done in a unique way. So with this, it was interesting to watch. It was beautiful cinematography-wise. At first, I wasn't sure if I was going to include it in, like, the top 4. Like, I was, debating between another short film. But the more I thought about Frankie, I realized how brilliant it was. And I think I need to rewatch it to understand how amazing and phenomenal it is, because thinking back in my head, everything started to fall into place. I'm still not 100% sure who the guy in the purple shirt, I believe he was wearing a purple shirt, and like who that guy necessarily was, but at the beginning, he does something. Like, he gives something to Frankie, and then later on, after I watched it, I was thinking, why did that guy give him those papers? And then I realized why, and everything just started to fall into place, and I realized how brilliant this short film was. But this one was really well done, so I also recommend this one. Just the cinematography was really good, the music was great, there's no talking, and it's just music, and it's wonderfully weaved together, and highly recommend it. Those were the top short films, but I'll leave the whole list. I watched 8 in total, so I'll leave that list down below. But thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye!